Jamal Nias here with a victorious Lewis McGrillen. Lewis, that is absolutely God-given power that you have. That's the fourth one in a row, 4 knockouts, 4 first-round finishes. Yeah, you could see that the sting landing every time. Is that something that's just inevitable, you think? Like, you're so confident when you're going out there, you're sticking your tongue out to the opponent when they're in the ring, you're just loving it out there, man.
Because I just know what I'm capable of. I just know, all I do is just touch man, just touch him and I'm done. And I just show it every time, innit? Sometimes even I look at my left hand like, Jesus Christ, you could get 20 years, man. That's what I just think. But yeah, that's all I can say is it's just nuclear, innit?
Yeah, I mean, like, Carl's a good friend of mine and he's a legend of the UK scene. Is that something that you feel like he's honed with you, or did he notice that straight away and was like, that was just there, and then he's helped you develop that and got the position to land it?
Well, as a fellow ginger, he knows I got that ginger power, so he's just like, this kid hits hard. He said it when I first ever walked into the gym and he met me. He's like, you got some power, you got something about you, and like, I just knew I knew I was powerful and stuff. I used to wing overhands even as an amateur, like overhand. Now I've worked in it. I know I'm starting to know how to box. Like, I can box as well and stuff like that, and I just love watching fights and see how it works with like from a southpaw perspective, and it pays off every time for me.
Yeah, you mentioned ginger power there. I just sent the knockout video to Tom Aspinall and he just replied ginger power.
Did it?
Yeah, that's literally, I'll show you after this, he just replied ginger power.
Oh, shout out to Tom Aspinall, nice one for that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, when you got Paddy Pimblett over there, we mentioned Tom, obviously your teammate Kane, these are guys that all come through the FCC ranks, and I just said to Carl off camera there, and I'll say it on camera as well, you're going to be in the UFC 2 to 3 years, no problem with what you're doing. You've got the persona, you've got the fan-friendly style, and you got a great team around you as well. How much are you enjoying this whole process, and what advice would you give yourself like 3-4 years ago when you were first getting involved in the sport?
Just from 4 years ago, I'd say keep going. It's not the end. You're going to go through some dark times in your life and go through sort of changes that you never thought you could, just being at like 18 to like 21 now. And just keep believing in yourself, keep going, because you are your own man and no one else can believe you but you, and you're the right people around you, and these are the right people around me who believe what I'm capable of. And I just sort of say to them, keep going, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
I mean, the style that you have can accelerate your career so much because you're always going to be active. Like, you're not going to have any hopefully no injuries that are going to prohibit you from fighting so soon again. Is that something that you're thinking about? Are you thinking about taking your time with this and getting the rounds in, and the UFC will come when it comes?
Definitely, like, because I'm only 21, I've still got so much to work. I'm still getting better every day, and I want the UFC. I want the fucking UFC. I want the UFC's there, man. Like, seeing all these flyweights, I still think I can bang them out. I think that I look at all these fights, I think I could beat you, I could beat Jake Cadler, smash him, I smash the guy you beat him, and I think stuff like that. But I'm still a baby in the sport. I got to take my time. Do you know what I mean? And it'll all come in time. You just need to pace yourself.
It's mad how young you are as well, and you have no problem calling people out. And like, you're obviously saying you're watching guys at the highest level already, and you're like, yeah, I can beat them. That's such a cool mentality to have for someone at a young age. And I can see that you're very hyped right now. You look like you want to go again. It just feels like for me watching you and for your team, it looks like that's not enough for you. Like,
I can't explain it, but that mold, that tunnel vision in me. I'm a different person. I'm different. Like, I just want to fight. The force go through me. I want to fight what I want to do and stuff like that, and it pays off every time. And I feel like me being like that, it plays a massive factor of what I'm capable of doing in there. And if I just got to control it, do you know what I mean? Because I can be an emotional person, but I think that's just that youthful side in me and where I'm from in it, and just stuff like that. But yeah.
I was speaking to Lerone as well, your teammate, who's doing incredible things in the UFC as well. And he said, and the rest of your team say, that you've got that McGregor style left hand. Like, is that someone that was a massive influence on you? Like, what that guy's done for the sport and creating guys like you, I can see a mini McGregor in yourself.
My favourite fighter ever, like MMA wise, besides fighter of all time, Rocky Marciano, but MMA fighter all time. Do you know what I watch before my fights? Every time I watch a Conor McGregor highlight called Embrace the Chaos, and it just reminds me when I was 15 watching him come up. I was in school when he was dominating the featherweight division, and I thought, he's so relatable to me. He's left-handed, he's a southpaw, he's Irish. I don't want to put myself as me in him because he's his own man, I'm my own man, but he touches me, man, because he's so relatable, it's weird, and I'm like, right, he get distanced me. And another highlight, I always watch Rocky Marciano, an old boxer. He was 49-0, he was only small, and he was heavyweight champion in the world undefeated, and he plays a massive factor how to never quit, always keep going, and they're my two favourite fighters.
You look like you're ready for a war, man. Like you want someone to give you something, because at the moment people can't handle it. Is that something that you're relishing? You want someone to be able to take the shots and go back and forth?
Yeah, I want to bleed. I want to go. Oh my God, this could be I could get killed here. I could get knocked out. I think stuff like that, of course I do, but that's what I want. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm here for. I'm not here like, oh, I'll fight. You see a few fights like I'll fight Jamie for my first pro fight. Shout out to Sheldon, man. He took me on his pro debut. Jamie Kelly shit himself. Do you know what I mean? And I'll fight any man. I will fight the top flyweight in the UK. I'm not bothered. Do you know what I mean? I'll fight him. Yeah.
We've seen as well Darren Till at UK press conference recently. He mentioned you, didn't he? He mentioned you as someone that he watches, and he looks to local guys for inspiration. That must fill you with so much confidence and pride, man, for someone who's been at the top and who's still doing it.
It's mad because he says he watches me what I do. I watch him what he does. What is it? Are we mimicking each other? So, but I love Darren Till. I love what he's doing, man. He's going to be champion if he keeps at it. Keeps training how he does. Training with Cams, that good people around him. How to get better. He'll be champion. He's capable of it.
You got to know that these guys. This is why Paddy and Tom and all these guys turn up, because it gives them motivation to go and perform on the big stage. And you'll be doing the same thing in a few years, man. Yeah. People are going to come back and look at this interview when they're in the UFC and be like, "Yep, that was already then. It was already then. You're not going to develop into that fighter." I think it's going to be a path where people are looking at Lewis McGrillen knockout compilations on YouTube 100%. No. So, pleasure speaking to you, man. It's awesome to see you fight in the flesh.
Thank you, really appreciate it, bro.